What's
hello,
going on?
hello. Oh, nothing much. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Hey, Susan. Hey, Heidi. Oh, Heidi will be back. Um, okay, guys. Thank you for coming back with us. Welcome to the commentary zone. Today we will be talking about Married at First Sight Australia, season 6, episode 15 and 16. What'd you think, Jamal?
This was the most anticipated show of the week for me. This was my favorite show. Just the mess, the mess, the mess. I couldn't keep my eyes off it because I think what it is, I love hearing the experts in their commentary, and they don't miss a thing.
Mm-hmm.
They caught everything. I was like, whoa, you guys are on point.
Yeah, like they read body language, they pick up on the little nuances, the alliances, how people are as soon as they walk in through that door to the cocktail hour.
Hmm.
It's crazy. They don't like I want to know how many cameras they have in that room. And if you notice their monitor, they have on the top section, which is the biggest section, the person that they're talking about or zoning in on. And then on the bottom, they have other cameras that are focused on other people or conversations that they're also keeping an eye on. It's very, very interesting. I'd love to see like from that aspect of the show.
Agreed.
Okay. So this is a little bit all over the place. So I'm gonna start on the tail end of the Gold Coast vacation, couple by
Okay.
couple, that we can focus on. Then we'll go to the boys and the girls night, which was the last night of the trip, and then we'll come back to Sydney and focus on two other couples, and then start in with the dinner night. Sound good?
Yeah, it makes sense. That's where the
Okay.
episode kind of went.
Yeah, this doesn't have the normal format that we're used to, going by couple, but
Hmm.
bear with us, we'll figure it out eventually. Okay, so the couples are still on the Gold Coast. Innes and Bronson. Oh my god. Okay, so Bronson and Innes are still sleeping separately, so Innes has taken the opportunity to be with Sam. Bronson's in his room alone, and he's looking forward to seeing Innes today. Innes is waking up in Sam's arms and remembering, oh, what a night.
That was I felt so bad for Bronson. I'm like, dude.
He looks like an idiot.
Hmm.
Every time he talks about her, talking about, she's so nice, trust is building.
Right. I'm like, where?
Oh my God. Just because she didn't like yell at him, I think I
Exactly.
don't understand how he's seeing a connection where she's not really talking to him. Or are we missing something?
I think he's missing something. Just saying. And I
Bronson's
like him
not been
too.
that bad. He's so trusting. Like whatever girl gets him is going to be really lucky because he's a very, very nice man.
Like, very. I was just like, y'all did this to him. Like, come on now.
This was unfair. This was really, really unfair. Hey, Sarf
Hey, Sarv.
2, all the way from the Bahamas. Oh my God. Okay, so um these two scum buckets, Innocent and Sam, they get out of bed, they put back on their clothes, and they have their little farewell. And what do we see downstairs in the lobby of the Vibe Hotel, rolling up in with all of her pink suitcases? None other than Miss Elizabeth.
That took me. I was like, is she really gonna walk in on them or see Ennis leave? That was gonna take. That was gonna take. That was gonna. That was taking me out.
That was so good how they did they switched from scene to scene, getting ready, like putting on her dress. She's
Mhm.
getting the key downstairs to the room, they go back to the room and like she's putting on her shoes and, you know, giving a kiss, getting out the door. Then Elizabeth gets in the elevator and then you see it is pushing the button and you're like, oh my God, are they going to meet at the elevator bank? Oh, that was stressful. That was stressful. But they don't meet.
Stressful wasn't the word. I was like, please don't do this.
Oh, they don't meet. You know, Ennis gets in the elevator, goes down, and we see Elizabeth come up. And I think she was very smart. She knocked on that door first before she put that key card in.
Right.
Hello.
And the look on his face when she walked in, he's like, huh?
Yeah. Like, what the what? What? So yeah, but what I was enjoying this scene up until that point. And then his gaslighting started.
Right.
And I was like, what have y'all done to this girl? What have y'all done? He is going to break Elizabeth so bad. So bad. And when I say break, like mentally. Right. He's going to have this girl questioning herself. And then, well, I'm not even going to get to that. But I like the gaslighting starts here. All of a sudden, he is the victim. No one ever mentions what he did. This girl was sick. The experts told you that. You ain't even asked her how you feeling.
How
are you better? I was so irritated. But you could take over. I'm just irritated.
But you could just see this coming though, because he started this like last episode, in my opinion, like telling her, like trying to put the seeds out there, like, you know, she did this, she didn't do that, like I'm really upset. He has been started playing victim, but I'm gonna say this, and it's not to defend him. He has told her that he's not attracted to her. He wanted to leave. She wanted to stay because she wanted more of an experience and she wanted to try. I'm like, well, okay, but he said he's not attracted to you. So in that realm, I don't fault him because he didn't want to be there. So I'm not going to sit here and be mad at him. But what I am mad is like he wasn't cordial to her. He wasn't kind. He wasn't like, you know what? I don't want to be here, but let's make the best of this and see what happens.
Yeah.
He just went straight for, I don't want to be here. I want to be with Ennis.
But he's not telling her that though.
Right. He just letting her know that he's not attracted to her. That's it.
Right. But in saying that, which I think is fair, you could say, look, let's just be honest about this. I checked out the first week. You checked out week 3 or 4, whatever. Right. You know, we both, you know, dipped out for various reasons. This is obviously not working. The experiment is done. Let's both agree to leave at the next commitment ceremony and let's just be chill. I have an attraction for someone else. So, you know, let's just end this as amicably as possible while still fulfilling our obligation to this show. But I don't think so. Like he is awful.
He's gonna throw. He's already thrown Lizzie under the bus. Let's just start that. He's gonna throw Ennis under the bus. That's just my opinion.
Oh my God, yes, because you know I've been watching ahead. Oh, yeah, I found some place online where you can watch all of the episodes, and it's not on YouTube because YouTube took them off. You could only see clips.
Right.
But I found full episodes, commercial free, and I'll share it with you afterwards.
You are so crazy.
No, I'm desperate because I need to find time to watch these things. Okay, so are we done with them?
Yes.
Okay, so it's their last night on the Gold Coast, so they're gonna separate and have a boys' night and a girls' night. But there's also gossip swirling, and our queen of gossip Well, one of them, because I think Cyril and Martha are the two queens of gossip. What do you think?
Yes, but Ning like jumps into the fray too.
Yeah, but Ning virtually, like,
We
she saw this.
saw.
She wasn't gossiping. So she took what she saw and shared it, and then the gossips ran with
Right.
it. But that's the second piece of gossip. The first piece of gossip was Ennis and Sam in the sauna, and Martha had a picture of it, and it was false. But Ning has the second piece of gossip. Good Lord.
Be more
They
careful,
have
people.
nothing else to do they?
No. I mean,
but Cyril makes a promise to Nick and says that even though she hears a lot of gossip, she promises to try and stay out of it. Ennis and Bronson, they're looking forward to he's looking forward to his night out with the boys. Ennis plans to do some digging with her girls' night regarding Lizzie and Sam's relationship. She wants to stay away from Cyril because she's a gossiper, but she can see through the lies. She thinks that when some of the other ladies find out that she's with Sam, they'll be jealous. People who promote women empowerment are liars. So she's saying that as a dig against Lizzie, and Lizzie is Elizabeth. I just give her a nickname. Yeah. She just hates that Lizzie was matched to Sam. That's all it is.
That's all it is.
What did you think about? Let's do the boys' night first, because that was the least harmless.
They didn't do too much. They didn't say too much. So I was like, boring. Next.
But you know what? Boys are simple. Boys don't like do too much gossiping. I know they gossip sometimes, because like when Sam was talking about Lizzie putting his fingers in her mouth, like that was gross.
Yeah, it's not sexy. Sorry.
And inappropriate. But he was really digging at her because she came back. He really was going in on her, and I didn't appreciate that at all. And Mike's very opinionated.
Yeah.
And always want to be up in everybody's sexual business.
That's just odd to me.
It does.
This is very odd. Like, I don't care what everyone else is doing. I just don't.
But he has to give an opinion or advice. Like, didn't he do it with Dino?
I think
telling him to that Mel hasn't had sex in 10 years, and he needs to go, and he said something like some little saying, but basically go and get it, hurry up, she's ready. Ooh, excuse me. I don't sorry about that, guys. I don't think that's appropriate. He's not an expert.
Right, you're not Dr. Ruth. Calm down. Yeah. Focus on all the clicks you're getting and just be happy with that.
Yeah, but it does almost blow up in his face, some of his unsolicited advice about relationships. We do see the highlight of the boys' night is that Cam tells the guys that he admitted that he told Jules that he loves her and that she loves him, and that they're very happy, and this was a very special time for them. So at least one out of the 99 couples is happy on this show.
Exactly. Like, they're just so like, we love them because it's just going along so easily, but they're not that interesting.
Oh gosh, hold on. I saw Ines say in a talk show host. She was okay.
All
really?
Right. She owns her
nice.
Go ahead.
She owns it. Yep. Yes, Trey. Ines does play herself with two words: long term. The tides turn.
That was hilarious.
Oh my God, Debbie, share where we can watch it all for free. Okay, just go to Google and type in what is it? Married at First Sight Australia, season 6, and then the episode that you want to watch, and a website called what is the blinking website? I'll tell you the name of the website. I think it's dailymotion.com. Should be an option. It should be in that first box that you pop up, and you can watch it there. Whoops. Because I just turned it on. Yay. But yeah, dailymotion.com. But I could only find it by Googling it and typing in the specific episode that I want to watch. And then you can watch episode after episode from there. As you can tell, I rely on the Googler a lot. Let's see. I hope he washed his thumb before putting it in her mouth. So gross. Oh.
Yeah, that's not sexy. I'm sorry. That's not sexy.
You know he didn't. You know he didn't, because he don't like her like that. Hygiene is not his forte. Let's see. What else is the chat saying? They're going to Google after this. No problem, Bobbles. And if anyone's interested, Babbling with Bobbles has her own YouTube channel as well. Just type in Babbling with Bobbles. She does great live shows, and that talks about a wide variety of subjects. So give her a try. We like promoting small creators like us. Okay, so the girls' night. This was the juicy part.
Right.
Yes. So let's get the nice part out. Cam tells everyone that Jules tells everyone that Cam told her that he loved her, that he wants to have children with her, and that she loves him too. Yay! Okay, push it to the side. All right. Next, Jess and Mick.
Oof. Man. Them two.
She's just trying to get camera time.
Yeah. That's all it is the camera time.
Mm-hmm.
It's all camera time, and she's gonna do anything she can for dramatics.
Yes. Basically, she complains that Mick. First, she admits that she had sex with Mick, and then all of the other women were like, "Yeah, we know." And she's like, "Yeah, I'm pissed at that because he went and told the boys that we were intimate, and I think that that's something that should be kept between us. But if you wasn't such a shady biatch, he wouldn't have had to share that with nobody."
Exactly.
Let's see. I love Cyril. Cyril's like, "What's the problem? Did he hit the right spot?"
Right? Cyril. Okay, so for me, as crazy and out there as Cyril is, I would love to have Cyril as a friend. She could be my friend
because she's a ride or die,
and she's gonna tell you the truth. And I like that about her. That's why when she has her issues with Nick, I mean, like, he's so nice, but this is who you are, and this is like, yes, this part of personality in this instance is not what I like, but in other instances, I love it. So
you do want the best for her, though.
Yeah.
You know, you do want the best for her. I want her to be happy. I want her to get over all of her internal issues so that she's not always lashing out. But yeah, like, she is a really good ride or die friend. And then this is where Jess brings up the advice that Mike told her. I think she kind of says that that's the reason why she had sex with Mick, was because Mike told her something at one of the group dinners that said maybe having sex would increase the intimacy between the two of them, and it hasn't. And Heidi tries to defend Mike.
Good job, Heidi.
But she's also like, it might have been a bad choice of words. You know, sometimes he adds extra for effect, but I'm going to talk to him to get exactly what he said. And I'm sure he did not mean that. She's trying to defend. She's trying to pacify. She's trying to smooth over, but she knows she's going to go back to get the tea and find out what he really said. And
Of
then,
course.
be a united front because she knows Jess is problematic.
Who doesn't know Jess? Who doesn't know Jess is problematic though? What
But
when
what
she
Jess
found
said though, that you're saying that the reason why you had sex with somebody was because somebody told you to, like
right
that's dodgy.
at best.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this: I liked her at the ceremony. I thought she was gonna be cool, but then once I saw her attitude with Mick and she's on her
Mm-hmm.
phone all the time, and she's
Mm-hmm.
on Instagram and all this, and I'm like, yeah, I don't like you anymore because you're just here for the camera time and the followers.
Yeah, she had me fooled at the ceremony too. Big time. Big time. I fell for it. Hold on, Bubbles. I'm confused about that guy, if I like him or not. He looks like he would be messy with other women on a daily basis. Is that Mike that you're talking about, Bobbles? Hey, P. Mike, I'm iffy about.
The same, because at some points I like Mike and I get his perspective, and he
Mm-hmm.
seems like a really good guy. But in other times, like, dude, like, if okay, I'll put it this way: if Mike would mind his own business and mind his own
Mm-hmm.
marriage and work on that, I would have no issues with him. It's when he gets involved with other people in their business, like, dude, like, mind Heidi, like help Heidi's roots. I mean,
Yeah.
help Heidi out
Yeah. Yeah.
and her roots.
Yes, P. They are a very snarky bunch, and I'm living for it. Okay, so Lizzie walks into the party and surprises everybody. She goes around, she greets everybody. She's babbling on about some female empowerment. Now I'm getting why Innes hates female empowerment. So stupid. Um, you know, wait. Oh, and then the ladies tell her, because she missed the last commitment ceremony. The ladies tell her
Mm-hmm.
everything that Sam said. Wow. So after what he told her in the room, she comes downstairs,
Mm-hmm.
and then to hear this, I feel so bad for this girl. I feel so bad for this girl. But Lizzie tries to clear her name, and she said that he stuck his thumb in her mouth. She didn't ask for that. He's telling it that he picked up
Right.
his fingers and she did it, but really Lizzie's saying no, he did that to me. He stuck his thumb in my mouth, and like everybody at the table's like, what?
Yeah.
Like nowadays I don't even want to put my own fingers in my mouth, so that was like really grossing me out, having someone else's fingers in an
Mm-mm.
no. But Innes thinks that she's lying. What do you think?
I'm split down the middle because he could have put his thumb in her mouth to pacify her, and
I
then
know you lying.
and then just to shut her up, and then I can see where Lizzie could have put her fingers in his mouth, thinking it was sexy. So I'm
I
split.
will agree
I'm
with you
split.
on this. I think he did put whatever finger, thumb, or whatever into her mouth. I think he did, as a way to avoid um, kissing her, but still stringing her along, because he
Mm-hmm.
does have her like a yo-yo to suit his needs.
Mm-hmm.
I think he does give off mixed signals, and this girl isn't too balanced to begin with.
And my thing with Lizzie is this:
Mm-hmm,
granted, Sam's being a jerk, an
mm-hmm,
asshole, we could say,
mm-hmm.
but for someone who's of Lizzie's stature and dresses the way she dresses and the way
Mm-hmm.
she accessorizes, I expected her to have way more self confidence than what she's showing me. Because the way she came across, like, I'm confident,
Mm-hmm.
I'm bold, I'm this, I'm that. I'm like, okay, you're a strong woman. You can handle anything. But the fact that this man who you don't know can break you down over some little stuff is like very surprising to me.
Well, here's the thing. We're only seeing a small portion of their interactions. God only
Mm.
knows what he's saying to her when the cameras are not there, because that's when he could get really vicious. And playing with someone mentally is so, so dangerous. The strongest of us, can fall to a master gaslighter. And I feel that's what Sam is, because Ines herself is very strong willed mentally, and he broke her.
But she was looking for that though. That's completely different.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, you've got a man who is gaslighting two women at the same time.
But Ines wants to be gaslit. That's completely different. Like to me, that's not
I
gaslighting when
don't
you're
I
willing.
don't think
When you're
she
willing,
wanted to
she,
be gaslit. I think she wanted to have a relationship with him.
Ines was in it. Ines was more susceptible because she. That's what she wanted. That's who she wanted. That's like, oh my god, he's hot, he's attractive. I can see myself with him. Blah blah blah. In her, see, she set herself up in her own mind before he even got to her. So she was easy picking.
She was, but what I'm saying is, you need to be a master manipulator to do something like this. I'm sorry. This is not the first time that he has done this. Hi, Pearl.
But think
Welcome
about this though.
back.
But Ines reached out to him first though, so I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh my
Uh-huh.
god, he's gaslighting Ines. No, like she reached out to him. But we have to remember, it's the way she framed it at the beginning was like she just wanted to hook up with Sam. That's how she.
Mm-hmm.
That's how she said it. I'm like, okay, you like y'all. You just try and get it in and keep it moving. But
Mm-hmm.
then she started in her own mind before they even like started talking or after the first conversation. I can really see Sam. Sam is like he's husband material, but I think she said he's husband material. He's proper husband material before they had that first conversation. Before she reached out to him, so she already had an
Mm-hmm.
idea of Sam in her head. So I'm not gonna sit here and say he's gaslighting Ennis. Ennis is just whatever. Lizzie, most definitely, he's definitely like
So
gaslighting for
just because
child.
she had fantasies in her head of this individual, that means that she deserves the treatment that she got from him?
But what treatment did no? What treatment did Ennis get?
I've been watching ahead.
See, this is why I don't watch ahead because I like to stay in the moment.
But even so, based on what we saw in this episode at the end, where he completely turns on her when she says she wants long term, does she
Well,
deserve that?
he hasn't said that yet. That's next episode.
He visibly pulls away from her. He's like, what is she talking
Right,
about?
right. That's the thing.
If you're not on the same wavelength, all he could have did was say to her right there in that moment, whoa, hun, you're going way too
Right.
fast.
Yes.
We're only shagging right now,
Right.
but he's a dog.
Oh,
And that's a
most
bad
definitely.
name to a dog.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that, like, I'm not going to sit here and crucify him for Ennis. Lizzie, yes, because he shouldn't have done her like that. Like we say, straight up, be honest, keep it moving. You don't have to treat someone that way.
Okay,
Ennis walked into that trap.
Okay. All right, we're gonna circle back to this as we go through the episodes. We're gonna circle back to it. All right, so Martha has chemistry with Michael, and he has a lot of stamina. Lizzie just finds out that Lauren and Matt went home, and she's kind of shocked. And the interaction between Lizzie and Ines at the girls' night, it's explosive. It really is.
Yeah.
Lizzie goes to the bar. Oh wait, no. Is this where Ines starts talking about Ines has absolutely no feelings or compassion for anyone, their problems, any of that. Because when they're explaining about why Lauren and Matt went home and his social anxiety and mental health issues, Lizzie was, very concerned, as any normal person would be, but no, not Ennis.
Nope.
And Lizzie goes in on her. So that was the first explosion. Lizzie goes to the bar to settle down. Heidi is freaking out because she doesn't know how to resolve it. And that's when Cyril steps in.
Love Cyril.
Cyril is my girl. This is why I think she's a ride or die. She goes to Lizzie and she says, I don't know if it's true or not, but this is the rumor that's going around. Sam's been in the sauna with Ennis, and Martha has. Wait, did she tell her? No, she didn't mention the picture that Martha has. She just said that. She goes, look, if it were me and it was my husband, I want to know. I think she has the right to know because she hasn't been here. Your thoughts?
Mm-hmm. Repeat that real quick.
When Cyril tells Lizzie about the rumor about Sam and Ennis in the sauna, you think it was good or bad?
For me, okay, so the way I look at rumors are this. Typically, rumors are exaggerated truth. So you have to figure out, you have to talk to different people to get to the core truth. Cyril and Lizzie have a very close relationship. So the fact that it was Cyril telling her, I think it's appropriate because you don't want it to be Lizzie to hear from somewhere else and you knew and didn't tell her. The expectation is different. So I agree with I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, especially since the whole group knew.
That's the thing.
And you were not there. Like, I wouldn't want to I like that she did it separately and not at the table saying, the latest group highlight is that your husband has been dipping around with that one. Like, that could have ended catastrophically. But then Ennis tells Cyril tells Lizzie, I think you should talk to her about it.
Yes, that's a messy part of Cyril.
It is. But you know what? She's the type of girl that likes to get issues on the table. And cleared up. So I have to admire her for that. We're gonna drop the link, Ablavi. We are gonna drop the link. We're just gonna we're gonna chat a little bit more. We're gonna get to the cocktail reception, then we'll drop the link. And then a second confrontation starts because Lizzie calls across from the bar to the table. Are you seeing Sam? Ennis calls her a raving cockatoo or something like that, and says that she's not going to speak to her. But Jules did have a very good question at the beginning of the girls' night. She goes, "Are you attracted to Sam?"
I love that question. Like, good job, Jules.
And somebody else backed her up with it.
Jules is low-key messy in this instance. And I like her for that because she's like, well, wait a minute. Like, let us know what's going on. So, but that tells me Jules has been talking to someone else in the group.
Well, she's probably heard the gossip.
But she doesn't seem the type of person to engage in it. So the fact, I'm like, Jules, oh, who have you been talking to, or what do you know?
No, she's going to hear the gossip, but she's not going to take the front door into the conversation. Right. She's going to take the side door in. And instead of ask you, outright, was you in the sauna? She's going to say, so are you attracted to Sam? It's a kinder, gentler way of saying, is you doing them, and I like that. Because you have Cyril, who's very confrontational, and then you've got Jules, but you get the same effect. So everything comes out about that. Then that's when they drop the second part of the rumor, which is that Martha has the picture of the two of them in the sauna, and Martha completely denies that. So I think with that, they dispel this rumor. And Lizzie, and Ennis lies and says, no, she's not attracted to Sam.
Right. I like Trey's comment. I want to know how nobody peeped both Sam and Inez missing from the dinner party at the same time. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all all sitting at one long table.
Yep.
And then yes, Jamal, Jules is low key messing. I love it. She calls people out on the subway. More to come. Yeah, I can't wait.
Yep. Um, let's see. So I think that was the end of that party. And Innes can't wait to tell the truth about her and Sam. Big
Right?
mistake.
Yeah.
Big mistake.
Big mistake.
It's the next day. They're packing up, getting ready to go back to Sydney. Where did Lizzie sleep? I would not be sleeping in the same room with Sam after he spoke to me like that, but we don't know. This was another disturbing part of this. He's just like, he's trying to help her, but she's shooting herself in the foot.
Who?
A conversation that Sam and Lizzie were having.
Okay.
And she's trying to explain herself, and he goes, I'm trying to help you, but you keep shooting yourself in the foot. Like, I don't like that kind of talk.
Yeah, it was dumb.
It's just like, he's so dangerous. I can't stand him. And then he throws her out the room.
Yep.
Oh God, whatever. And as soon as he throws her out, he texts Innes and she comes upstairs.
Yep.
Yes, Martha and Jess are trouble.
You can see that. You can see that though. You can see those two right away though.
And do y'all notice that every time we have a cocktail party, those two zoom in on each other?
Yep.
Very, very bad alliance right there. Heidi and Mike. Of course, Heidi went back to Mike and asked him about what was said to Jess. She has formulated a game plan, and she has said, let us talk to Jess together. Do not do it alone. Make sure I'm there. And I can see where she's coming from this, because I don't want somebody like Jess saying that you made me go and have sex with somebody and wanna.
Exactly.
And he's not getting it. He's not getting it. He thinks he's a man. He can handle it. But your mouth getting you into a lot of trouble in this group.
Exactly.
Okay, cocktail reception. Oh my God. What do we think about the cocktail reception?
I didn't. Let's talk about Sam and Innes. So that was some mess. I love the fact that Cyril went to Nick and said, you know what? This is what's going wrong. All the girls are talking, and we feel bad for Bronson, but we feel it would be better if it came from a bloke. And I love that about her.
Oh, so you're going straight to the dinner, because that's when she was doing the chair hopping.
Yeah, the whole cocktail. You know what? I kind of glazed over that. Did anything happen?
Well, that's where Jess and Martha were, tittle tattling.
I thought we covered that.
No. And then it is the beginning of the end for Heidi. Not the end, but it's the beginning of a blow up between Heidi and Mike, because he went and spoke to Jess without her. So their argument started there and transitioned into dinner.
That's what I thought we were. That's what I thought the transition was. My apologies. That was the big takeaway. But we just talked about, okay, we're gonna go to the dinner now.
Yeah. So, so what else did you think about the dinner?
So I like the fact that Cyril did that. I like the fact that Nick went to Bronson with the guy and said, look, we're friends with you. We're also friends with Sam. So we're kind of in the middle, but we wanted to tell you this is what's going on. Have you heard about this? He's like, well, no. And then, but before that, Cyril's like, he looks like an idiot. He looks stupid. I've never seen someone look this stupid. I'm like, oh no, poor Bronson. No. So I think everyone handled it the right way. I can't fault them. And Nick's like, in the confessional, he's like, look, if this stuff to be true, like, we're all gonna lose respect for Sam. But he's like, it's done. I'm like, yeah, of course.
My biggest problem with this dinner was Sam going in on Lizzie again. And that comment that he made, that she's lost her mind. He's making that girl doubt her sanity and what her point of view of their interactions were. Like, she's actually questioning herself. And you saw her from sitting upright to just going down and down and down. Like, she's holding her head by the end of this.
Yeah.
And this is why I can't stand Sam. He is bit by bit breaking down this woman. And I feel so sorry for her. And like, nobody was like catching on to this.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody. And again, this is where, you know, they sneak out to have their little, meaning Sam and Ennis, their little private conversation.
And that blew up, and that's the beginning of the blow up in her face, and I can't wait because it was just too hilarious. When she's like, "I can see you long term," like you said, you caught it. You said when he backed away, I'm like, "Uh-oh," and then he's like,
"Hi,"
hey, and then he's like, "I'll be real quick," and then when he said like, "I've got ditched one crazy for another crazy," I was like, "See."
Mm-hmm. It's yes, Pearl, Sam is vile. We don't have any current updates on Bronson. But I can look that up too, because I like him. Sam is a professional gaslighter. Oh my God. So what were your thoughts, Ablavi? What did you think?
Okay.
Any highlights for you?
Yes. Oh my God. This is a thing I think this show needs to do. And they need to start doing what is their type, right? Mm-hmm. Because Sam, you know what's interesting? When they matched them together, and I don't know if you get this. Do you get the feeling, because she's a bit, I feel like there are teams on this show, right? It's the young girls versus the older woman, right? Then with the young girls, they're the girls who they identify as attractive and the ones that are not. Because Jessica and Inez are the same. They are the same.
And I would even
so is Martha.
I would even lump Martha in there.
Yep.
Because they're very self-involved. And they don't really care about anybody else but themselves.
Correct.
It's just different levels of meanness.
Correct.
And I think
they see Cyprowl as, well, she's not really a threat. They don't see her as pretty. They see them two as the three pretty girls. And what's the other girl's name? The one with Sam?
With Sam, Lizzie. Or Elizabeth. Yeah.
Elizabeth, they see as ugly. Even though she's not. But she, you know, she needs a makeover. That hair is just too much.
She gets one.
But that's why they don't feel bad for him cheating on her. And Sam, listen, Sam is a liar. So you know Sam never went back on the show? Yeah.
Oh. So, yeah, because he didn't come to the reunion.
Yeah. Jules is another one. Why is Jules so desperate? Jules is 38. This is not attractive. It's not. Like, and it's a desperation to wanting to be liked. Like, when are you going to get over that?
Look, she knows what she wants. She's at an age where she knows what she wants, and I guess Cam and her seem to click. So, you know,
it's all rosy. He's an a-hole, and he's very sexist. And he's like, but I kind of like it. I don't know why. Like, he's an a-hole, and he's
they're gonna have their challenges too, because nothing is happy forever. You have to have ups and downs in a relationship, and they will have a few downs. So that's good.
Now, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. The Virgin, I know this was the last episode, but the Virgin, and God, what was the Virgin's name? Matt
and Lauren, yeah.
Okay, let's be honest. I was like, he is not attracted to her. And I knew that.
Well, I feel he came on there to get his cherry popped, and that was it.
Yeah, but he wanted a girl like Jessica. That's what he wanted.
I don't think he could handle Jessica. He couldn't even handle Lauren.
Listen, she just was, a nice girl. But they look kind of mismatched, even though their ages weren't that bad. Like she was aging like milk and he was aging like wine. So that doesn't work.
He did have a baby face. Like,
Yeah.
I'll agree with you on that, because she looked mature, and he did have still like some baby features.
Mm-hmm.
And it was an odd match to me, but when the experts were saying like she was really patient, and she had, she would be the perfect one to guide him through his social anxieties, I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe okay.
Because Sam, even Inez, she's not all that hot to begin with too.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Your head up.
Let's talk about that. I'm glad you said it, so I didn't have to. I prefer Jessica, Martha, Jules. I think they're all more attractive than Inez, personally. Inez she's like what, 28, but she looks like almost 40.
Mm-hmm.
So with the fact that Sam's like, oh my gosh, she's so hot. I'm like, well, yeah, she's thin, she's lean, but what else is there?
But that's what he wants. No, but that's what remember when he saw Lizzie coming down, and somebody in the audience said, oh, he favors brunettes. And then he said that Lizzie was fat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, Lizzie's not fat, but you can tell she lost a lot of weight. Mm-hmm. And it, like, maybe she needed to get the tune-up surgery before. Like, her body it didn't look bad. It just looked oddly shaped because her
breasts are small.
It's very small.
Mm-hmm.
And her hips and everything is super exaggerated. Like, it's not a bad body to have. Mm-hmm. But she's lost even more weight, and she looks more matched. And
she looks more proportionate. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she just needed a makeover, and girl needed to lay off the powder. Oh my gosh. It was like she was just pounding that baby powder on her face.
The Lizzie?
Yeah.
And the eyebrows.
Yeah.
At one point, she has Groucho Marx eyebrows. I don't know where they came from, but it was crazy. And she overlines her lips extremely.
Yeah. And the lashes were killing me.
Now, Jessica, you know who's interesting? I thought they should have done, what is it? Oh my God, what is her name again? Not Lizzie. Lizzie with Bronson. I think that would have been a better match.
I said that earlier, but Debbie told me no.
Yeah, because they're both, I feel like they both would be freaks and tear it up. Because I think Sam likes sleeping with Lizzie. He's saying she's crazy and all that, but she doing something that you staying there every night. And Sam does not look like the type of man that's going to be with a woman he's not sleeping with.
Right.
I don't know.
You don't think he smashed?
I don't think they did. I don't think they did. At least I hope they didn't. My God. Like, if they did, I would feel so, like, horrified for Lizzie.
I think they did, because what other reason would she stay?
That's a good point.
Well, no, didn't she say that because she didn't get the honeymoon experience, that's why she stayed?
I mean, I think what it is, I think what Bobby is saying is that, what's keeping her there every night? Like, why she's sleeping in the same bed, like, with Sam, it's like they're not doing anything. So I get that point.
Like, you can't gaslight somebody unless you can't gaslight somebody unless you know what buttons to press and where the insecurity is and what you give them some sort of power, right? So although she has low self-esteem, he would not have been able to gaslight those two women like that if he didn't put it down good.
Damn. Oh, poor girl. Poor girl.
Yeah, I feel bad for Lizzie, not for Ennis. Sorry.
Damn.
Because
When
he
you do,
slept with her. And
when
that
you
was a
do
lie
wrong,
too. She's too big. You know, men like that get on my nerves. Everybody's done a zero, you know? Everybody's had that one person that is just like, oh, what was I thinking? Whether it's drugs, whether it's alcohol, whether it's you had a bad day. Everybody's had somebody that's like, oh. And some people, and I'm somebody's, you're somebody's, So like, he just needed to stop it.
stop playing those games.
Yeah. I want to agree with Bobbles on this. It is strange how Lizzie does get up in people's faces when she's talking with them. And either it's she doesn't have a clear definition of personal space, or she's a statuesque woman. Maybe she uses her height as an advantage to try and dominate over others when she's, in arguments with them. I don't know. She's just, yeah. I found that very, very strange.
But
The
let's
way
get
how she
back
does
to
that.
Inez because we really need. Is her name Inez? Am I saying it right now?
Inez.
Inez. Why
Yeah.
do I say Inez? Maybe that's
Because that's how I was calling it. Because from the Caribbean, that's Inez.
Yeah.
But in Australia, I guess it's Innes. I don't know.
Innes.
We spell Innes differently in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
So it's just very weird. But yeah, everybody calls her Innes. So
Inez, let's
yeah.
get back to her. This is why I don't feel sorry for her. She enjoys putting Lizzie down. She thoroughly gets a laugh at it. She likes that. She thinks because she thinks Lizzie is stupid and ugly, and she gets a kick out of that. And she didn't really want Sam. She just wanted to steal that man from her. Hi, Pearl.
Hi, Pearl.
Hi.
Welcome back, my dear.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Hi, Ablavi. Hi, Jamal.
Hey, Pearl.
Oh my God, I'm so happy you guys are doing this show. Honestly, it's like, listen, if you think, stuff has happened, there's a lot more. Literally, a lot more coming. I don't know who's watched ahead or not, but I'm going to try not to spill any spoilers or anything. But oh my God, Ines is not the worst person in that group. I'm telling you right now.
God.
Ines is not the worst person in that group. There is so much more to come. And
I can't wait.
By the way, the more I watch the show, the more I just love Cyrell. Because she's true. She calls you out on your BS. She asks you direct questions. If there's a rumor going out, Cyrell is the one that's going to go directly to the people that it's about and ask the straightforward questions. And she doesn't beat around the bush. She's got a bit of an anger problem, but I have so much more respect for her than half the women in that group. So.
Let me ask you something, Pearl. If this was happening towards Jessica, do you think Martha and the girls would have such a laissez-faire approach to this?
What if you mean if Jessica was in Lizzie's shoes? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
No, because Martha and Jessica are joined at the hips. There's more to come between those two. It ties up with other couples, and they are mean girls, basically. They are very conniving. And so if anything happens to Jessica, Martha would be in ears straightforward. So I think that you're absolutely right. They look down on Lizzie and Cyrell because I think Martha and Jessica are rich because they sit around talk about how it works, but they always have thousands of dollars appearing in their account. Literally, this was the conversation they were having between the two of them. And, so they don't work. They don't have responsibilities. They just are taken care of by their daddies. So they really are mean girls. And a lot more will come. And they do try to take on Cyrell in a very, very nasty way. But trust Cyrell, she doesn't literally. There's wine thrown at each other.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like Tyrell does not even when they try to give fake apologies, she just said, "You can keep your apology. I don't deal with fake people." So
Mhm.
I don't trust those two. There's more to come from them. That's why I said Ines is not the worst person in that group.
Wow,
She's
that's
not,
saying
but
that's saying.
she's nasty. And what I don't like about her is the way she just lies into your face. And these confessionals, baby, these confessionals are one of the best confessionals I've ever seen.
But
Yep.
you know what? I think because I've seen ahead, I just realized that Ines is putting on an act. Everything you see there is Ines putting up a wall. She's
Mhm.
actually a lot more vulnerable than that. Everything
Yes.
she really care, she really does, and she will be humbled by the end of the
Mhm.
series.
Mhm.
But yeah,
That's Jamal. That's why I say like Sam does a number on Ennis as well, and complete like how he's shattering Lizzie right now. He's going to do that to her, and
yep.
that's why I have
Hmm.
a little ounce of compassion for her because I have seen a clip of her at the end, and something that she does that changes my mind a little bit about her. But is she a bitch now? Yes, she very much is. Um,
But I said all along though that Sam was gonna throw her under the bus,
mhm,
and she's not gonna see it coming. And you could just tell by the way Sam acts. Like he was gonna always sacrifice her to save himself.
mhm,
And I hold steadfast to that.
Let me
yeah.
ask you, do you think Ines is still sleeping with Bronson?
Oh
I
no,
don't think she ever
I
did
don't think
she?
they ever did.
Yeah, she had
I
him
don't think
out
they
on the
ever did.
couch from the
Like from the
honeymoon.
gate.
Yeah.
But she's even nasty to him. That whole scene where they were on the boat and how ridiculous she acts. I don't know why
Mhm,
he didn't leave. He's a fool. See, that's something I is a pet peeve of mine. If you curse me out, I'm leaving the room. I'm
mhm.
hanging up on you. I would have dived into the water and swam back to the shore. I just cannot take
But
that.
don't forget, that's why he called her. See you next Tuesday.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You
But I'm
know.
not doing that with you. I'm not going back and forth with you cursing me out. You're a fool.
Oh no,
Well,
he did that at the commitment ceremony. And what
yeah,
I did not like was that the experts came down on him for saying that name, but he was very like, I don't like that name said towards women. But after her display on the honeymoon in total, like I think she earned that. I
yeah.
really do. And both of them should have been reprimanded for their behavior toward each other. Not just him, but that's
Right.
just my thoughts.
The only little credit I will give Ines is that at least she was honest in the sense that she made it clear from day one she was not into Bronson,
Mm-hmm.
and she didn't try to play games with anyone. She didn't try to sleep with the man.
Right.
She just made it. Listen, you're not my type. The only reason she's still there is because Bronson said stay. She said I want to leave. Unlike some people, she
So
that
wait a
gives
minute.
her.
Sorry, this question that Trey has, do you think they had different set of producers to shoot the Inna Sam affair scene? You mean like why? Did it look that different?
So basically, I think what if they did have two production teams, is because they didn't want the experts to know beforehand. So if they used two separate production companies, it would make sense. Because I'm sure the producers review. I'm sure the experts review the footage. You can't tell me they don't.
The experts know
Yeah,
everything.
but you don't need two production teams to like you mean
But you don't want. But you
production
don't want the.
companies
Yeah, yeah.
or
You don't
film
want the.
crews?
Yeah, film crews or production companies. Film crews I could see happening because you don't want the experts knowing too much. I would think two different film crews because the way the experts are acting, they're still trying to piece everything together with us. So they haven't. It's obvious they haven't seen the other footage yet. Otherwise, they would probably cut them out the experiment then and there.
Well, this
Another
is a
thing.
question I have though.
Oh, go ahead.
Do the experts only look at the group dinner or do they look at everything?
I don't know if they look at everything, but I know that they're not allowed to bring any new information into the group. So if it's something that's being talked about, they would discuss it. But like the Innes and Sam affair, if it wasn't talked about, they were not allowed to bring it up, sort of thing. So they can see everything that's
Mm.
happening because they're observing people's characters and behaviors, but they're not allowed to go and tell, oh, by the way, Sam and Inez are hooking up or anything like that.
I have a question too. Why is it that they all, when they have these girl things, certain people are not invited? Because I don't know what her name is. The one who said that she knows that Ines and Sam slept together. Why wasn't she there when Lizzie came?
Ning, it's about Ning.
Ning.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ning wasn't there.
Ning was like
Oh.
a friend of the show, really.
Right?
Oh, wait, but Mark was at the boys' night, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
Marcus at the boys' night.
Yeah.
Ning wasn't
Ning
with
just
the
did not get
girls.
camera time.
I think Ning was
Why
in the
is
back.
that? Like some couples, you never see them.
Well, Jules and Cam have nothing going on yet because they're not problematic. Mark and Ning, we don't see her unless she's boohooing and blowing snot. So she wasn't doing that this episode, so she got no camera time. That's pretty much
No,
what
but
it
we
is.
see Martha all the time, and Martha and Mark are born.
Well, we don't know, but we don't see Martha's storyline because she has none.
Right, but we see her when she's
Martha's
being messy
storyline
with
comes out.
Jessica.
Right,
Yeah.
we see Martha because she's messy with Jessica. That's when you see Martha.
Martin does a lot of things that I wish we could see. She does a lot of things behind the scene when the cameras are not there because she's so responsible for, like, she's single-handedly responsible for the breakdown of one couple. And she does spreads a lot of rumors and then pretends like, like when the whole thing about the sauna. I'm sure she spread that rumor. And then when the cameras are on and they ask her, she's like, oh no, I didn't say that. But I think she's just one of those people that once the cameras are off, boom, she goes to work. Once the cameras are on, she plays really quiet and cool and doesn't say anything.
Interesting. I can see that though, because you could tell Martha's messy because you could tell she has nothing going on. Like you could see Martha on the Real Housewives of Melbourne or some shit like some mess like that.
I don't
Like
know.
my daddy pays for everything. I
But
stay
that's
at home.
another thing. Where is Bronson? Because you don't even see. I thought Bronson was off the show. We hadn't seen him for so long.
He's in a separate
Because
room.
Bronson's got nothing going on.
Yeah.
He's got nothing going on.
No,
He's
but
just,
what would
doing yoga. Nobody wants to watch yoga.
I know? But it would be. See, this is the thing I think they do wrong with this show. I don't think they should do Married at First Sight. I think that they should have the couples and have them have a dinner and who they would pick, and then their choice to see what they want. Because they keep picking people who they are not sexually attracted to.
And it's fabulous.
Are not honest. I mean, who wants to watch people do that? That's boring. This has a surprise factor. Who are you going to meet and all that stuff. But like, I think that people are not honest. I think that someone like Sam probably came on the show saying, "Oh, I want to find a wife. I want to have children." When he just wanted to hook up. That's it.
Right.
See, I think Australia's developed a very bad reputation of only getting people to submit who are more interested in their online presence or their influencer status as opposed to actually doing this process for real. I think it's basically a joke in Australia at this point. It's a good joke. But yeah, I don't think anybody's serious on this show.
No, but I do wish that there was at least one couple that was like, oh, this would be a nice ending. Like, I don't care about
Cam.
That's cool. That's Jules and Cam in this
Jules
one.
and Cam that they, out of this motley crew, that they pick as the one success story.
But even they're
boring.
This is what I want, right? And her name is not Inez. Inez. I want her with somebody who can match her energy. That would be great to see.
Guys, I was going to ask you, have you noticed have you noticed Mike?
What?
Is it Mike that's married to
Mhm.
Heidi?
Yeah.
Just keep watching him. I feel like he
Mike is
wants
a real
Jess.
a-hole. He is a real a-hole.
Now,
And
Mike
he,
should have been matched with Ennis. Mike
No,
and
no, I
Ennis would
feel
have been
like
a nice match.
no, but don't you think that he's like attracted to Jess in a very
Yeah.
yeah.
He
in a
is.
very
Oh
weird
yeah.
way?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have a big fight, but then it's almost like he's angry that he can't have someone like her. You know?
It's because Jess is Heidi about 15 and 20 years ago. That's
Yeah.
what it is. That's what it is.
Ooh.
That's exactly, if you look at Heidi and Jess,
Oh, no, you
look at Heidi
did.
and Jess side by side. Heidi is Jess about 15 and 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, he
amazing.
likes dress. I'm curious of who slept with who behind the scenes. Because I wouldn't be surprised if Mike put it down on Jess one time.
What do you
Listen,
mean one
Agabi,
time?
you got to just keep watching.
I'm just
Just
saying.
one good time, in a closet somewhere, because they can't do it like all in the atmosphere. They got to do like Big Brother in the closet or you can't even do the balcony. You might have to do a closet or behind the producer booth, just so that they didn't catch it on the mic.
The stairwell.
Yeah, no, the stairwell is mic'd.
Oh,
my
fair.
God.
I'm saying one good time. Like, I'm sure, because I think he did her and I think he did Inez. Listen, Mike, and I'm so ashamed to say this, but he could get it. I'm so ashamed to say it.
I
Well,
don't
no,
think so.
you're right, because he said that he went around the world screwing, and he's not used to women like turning him down. He's used to bagging it.
So do you think that Mike is like Sam in 10, 15 years?
No, because Mike understands the sultry of letting a woman have what she wants.
Right.
But doesn't
Sam
that come with
doesn't.
maturity? Do you think that comes with
Mhm.
maturity and with age?
No, I
Because I
think
feel
Sam's
like
still
he
going to
was
be an
messy when he
F-boy
was
in 15
younger.
years.
I think the difference between Mike and Sam is that Mike genuinely likes women. I don't think Sam does.
You say he's addicted to boys?
No. I think he likes the puss, but to say that he likes women, I don't think he respects women. Because
But
if you
again,
respected a
No,
woman,
he
you wouldn't be
doesn't.
running these games on her.
I think he's addicted
That's
to
true.
boys.
Oh
He's addicted
Lord.
to boys. Because think about it. He likes to be in the gym, which is their hot spot.
Uh-huh.
He's very vain in his looks. He's very well sculpted. He waxes, he shaves, and he's very catty like a woman. Very, very catty.
I don't know.
I think he might give a bisexual tease, and because every time I see him, I'm like, "What man you looking good for?"
That's not the vibe he gives me. He gives me another kind of vibe. So
What vibe is
Sam,
that?
But
he gives me like Rent a Man vibe.
when he shaves his head, that's when I really see it.
He gives me like
He's a porta potty for old men in Dubai, allegedly.
What was
Sam
that
just gives me,
website? Rentaman.com? I can see
yeah.
that.
Sam gives me that kind of vibe. Like, I'm 26, I'm hot. Let me go get this money real quick. He
You know
gives
what?
me that kind
I
of
got
vibe.
the perfect couple: Sam and Bronson.
No.
They are the two who they give me some vibes,
Well, Bronson, because he was a stripper, so
Exactly.
that's a whole different ball game.
And you don't think Sam did stripping or something like that?
Like I said, he
Dino
gives me
did.
rent. He gives me rent a man vibe.
Okay, so stripping, there's not much difference. You just take off. Listen, one you getting poked, the other you not.
True.
Oh my God.
True.
What does Sam do for a living?
Construction.
Do we know what Sam does for a living?
You know what?
What's
I
his
think
job?
construction is the default for stripper.
Shut up. Not the default. But we also have to remember Dino and Bronson used to strip together.
You're stripping houses.
Yeah.
Who used to strip together?
Dino and
Which
Bronson.
one's Dino?
The one with Melissa, the redhead one, the loud one.
The one that hasn't had sex. The woman that hasn't
The
had sex in
spiritual,
10
the
years.
spiritual guy, the spiritual guy.
Yeah, the
Oh,
Indian fella.
Oh no. Oh, he was giving me the tease too. He's still on the show. I thought he was gone.
No, they still there.
They're still there.
Oh, you know what? If we talking, he gave me the vibe the most out of everybody. I was sitting there going, what is this?
Oh my
He gave
God.
me that vibe too. That could be the trifecta right there.
But and also we have to remember Dino and Jess used to work together on modeling shoots.
Hello.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
And Jessica, right?
Yes,
Mhm.
they did a modeling like the eyeglass campaign shoot, so they know each other.
Mhm.
Yes, Susan, he does.
He does have dirty fingernails. That's so nasty. And I bet you he has dirty feet too. Like Peter
Probably.
Gunn's type of dirty feet.
And Ennis has dirty feet too, because you see that they be walking around this hotel with no shoes on.
With no shoes on.
Oh God. Only hotel you could afford to walk around with no shoes on is a Four Seasons, because they really clean their floors. And I
Listen,
can attest to
you
that.
should never do that.
You should never do that, but sometimes you'll be a little bit too drunk stumbling from the ballroom to get up to your room.
That's why you got your flats in your shoes.
Or
I had no flats.
or you're not trying to wake your roommates as you come back in the middle of the night. Just
They're getting up.
Or your parents.
Or your parents.
But yes, we gotta. So they're still on the show. Okay, so we just don't. But I don't even see them at the dinner party. But then they could be seating them differently.
Yeah,
Those are the friends of the show.
Yeah. But Dino was involved in telling Bronson? No, he was involved with Matt. I don't know. He always has a minute.
Yeah, he's there. He's just there.
They always place whoever it is that they're telling bad news to right next to Dino so that he can comfort them, and that's
exactly.
about it.
So wait a minute. Is Dino attracted to the woman he's with? Because that's a good storyline. I really think the sexuality can be a good, because you know what? Now that we talking, I always thought Dino and Matt, because Matt just said he was a virgin with woman. He didn't say he was a all the way virgin.
You know what? Dino and Matt would make a good couple.
Allegedly.
What about Sam? I thought he was the one that likes the boys.
No, I think a lot of them like the boys. I think Sam is bisexual.
I won't put Sam on anybody at all in life.
I don't think so, Blavi, because I think he's a misogynist. I think he just likes to put women down. Mm-hmm. So he can't be in a relationship with a man because.
But think about it. If you're putting women down, right? Like men who really hate women are usually gay and they don't know it. Because if you really truly hated women, you wouldn't. It's that they're mad at women because they want to be real, true, hateful men who like women are so bad and they go and buy their little sex toys. It's because they addicted to pussy and they just can't have it.
No, but I don't think it's just like hate. I think it's more of a control thing, where you can always be able to make the other person subject to you, and just how to emotionally manipulate women. That boy knows how to do it. I'm sure there's like a trail of dead women like behind him, including the ex-girlfriend in New Zealand.
Oh, so that's another one. Do you think he slept with the ex-girlfriend? I did.
Of course he did.
Of course he did.
Every night.
Do you think
he probably slept with her dead mama too?
No,
but this is the thing about him and why I think it's bisexuality, right? It'd be he's very hypergamous for a man. And it's a very odd thing. It's not odd because I know a lot of men like that. But when a man is hypergamous, and he's very vain into his looks, he almost wants to look prettier than Lizzie every time they go out. Why is that?
Because it's not hard to do.
No, because
I mean, you said it. So.
This current incarnation of Lizzie is very cartoonish. When we see her reinvent herself, she looks really good. I'm not gonna lie.
Don't you think she looks too skinny now? Not to offend anyone, but just because I feel like she's gone too far to the left.
I
And I
don't
know
think
that,
so. She's more proportionate now.
but I don't know, just because I can see like her bones popping on her neck, and I feel like she just kind of went a bit too
It's
much.
her, but Pearl, it's her structure. So her body structure is very narrow at the top, and she's bottom heavy. So when you lose weight the way she's lost the weight, she had less weight to lose in her top. So you're going to see her more of her clavicle than you would like say at the bottom. I think it's just her body structure.
Well, I mean,
Mm.
I hope so, but I feel like I hope she hasn't like developed a problem because of it. Because a lot of it she does talk about later on in the reunion of the second show she's on, how everything with Sam affected her and how it still
Mm.
affects her even to that day. So I, because Sam really did a number on this girl because she was
Mhm.
really damaged from this whole thing. So much so that if she didn't have the person that she has in her second relationship,
I
not many people
know.
would be able to handle that level of damage.
Yeah,
So, and he was able to sort of put her back together. He was an awesome guy.
he
But
is. Yeah.
she had so much damage that I'm thinking that it probably that's what pushed her to lose so much weight to the point where I hope she didn't develop a problem with eating as a result of it, because I just didn't think she looked the healthiest. Just my
But the
opinion.
second guy that she's with, he's a trainer, right? If I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
He was
yeah.
So
on he was on the
hopefully he
previous
can spot
season.
that. He was
He
on a
was on the
previous season too?
Yes, Seb. He was on
Okay.
the previous
Said
season.
yeah.
He was if it's the same person, he was a trainer,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and I think he was with some girl named Caroline, if I remember, and they had a big issue because her parents didn't think he could earn enough money. If it's the same person,
Yeah.
they're both named are Seb, so I think it's the same
Yeah.
person. They look the same. So yeah,
Okay.
her mother went in on him like you're not gonna earn enough money as a trainer. Like you can't,
Wow.
we don't think you can support our daughter. Yeah, and he was like a super nice guy.
He's
Here's
a
the thing
good
with
guy.
Lizzie. I agree with you, Pearl. It's not so much that I think she got a little bit of plastic surgery, right? Just because she's lost a significant amount of weight. I also think when you look at her collarbone, look at her and compared to Jessica. Even her being skinny, she should not be almost kind of like skin on a bone.
Hmm.
I think she still has a very unhealthy relationship with food. And she
Yeah.
went to the extreme, but I'm hoping maybe she just had a flu or something and she can full out a bit.
But what I do love about the new Lizzie is just the makeup is a transformation. Because she's
Mhm.
a makeup artist, isn't she? And I was like, oh my God, I do
Mhm.
not want you doing my makeup the way she is now. But the way she is, like currently, her most recent look is just subtle, mature, classy, elegant,
She's
everything about
evolved.
her now. She has evolved and she has matured. And yeah, she's no more like having to, I don't know what happened. Like she's just completely a different person. Her
She looks
hair is much
younger
better. Her
too.
hair is much
Yeah.
better. Everything.
She looks way younger once she scraped off all of that war paint. She dyed her hair. She matched up her extensions better. She's trimmed down her figure. Like, it's like now you see the real Lizzie. Like, she took off a lot of the unnecessary junk that she didn't need. And now she's so pretty. She was pretty before, but in a caricature, sorry, I can't pronounce that word with a lodge
Yeah,
in my,
caricature. Yeah.
yeah, caricature of what she really is, you know and I hope her second chance worked out far better than the first.
And she comes out in the end just like, I feel like this whole season Sam did like a character assassination on her
Mm-hmm.
because we never really got to know her. Everything about Lizzie talking is about how Sam has disrespected her. We never
Mm-hmm.
got to know anything about Lizzie. But in the new season, we get to know her. She's a strong person. She's got a lovely personality. And No, this season did not do her any justice.
Nope. And Ines also assassinates her character as well.
Mhm.
I mean, the cockatoo comments, calling her a pigeon.
Yeah.
It's the two of them did a number on that girl.
I just looked at a picture of her. The dark hair really softened her out.
And brings out her
Oh, she has
hazel
great.
eyes.
She
Yeah.
has
You
great
know what I
eyes.
didn't appreciate about Sam? He doing the cowardly thing where you said all this horrendous stuff. You don't go to the reunion. You say everything on the show is fake. You know, even if it was fake, you still a human being. And there's just certain things you don't say about anybody, regardless of money. I think he's super cowardly, and I think they should drag them out of their houses to do these reunions and tell them they're gonna lock them up for not like I really am sick of this with reality shows. There is no about not doing a reunion. If I gotta drag you by the little chin hairs on you and get you to sit down, I think they should do it. I think this is ridiculous.
But you know, he
Actually,
does show up.
He does?
He shows up for the dinner. He doesn't show up for the last commitment ceremony, the grand finale. But he does show up for for the grand finale dinner. The next day he goes home, and oh my god! So it's just like literally he and Ines got into it because I don't even want to tell you everything, but he's so manipulative because he was apparently, according to Ines, he was texting her saying, "Oh, we should move in together. We should be together." But then he sits on the dining table and he's like, "Oh no, I'm not interested in Ines anymore." And then Ines is like, "Well, why have you been texting?" He's like, "I never text you." You know, how manipulative are you? Like I believe Ines, like he did text her and say those things, but in front of everybody, he's like, "Oh, these women are crazy. I'm not interested in any of them." But he's playing these mind games with them.
Yeah.
He was a disgusting human being. This show is hilarious. I am really waiting to see who goes home next. I know Jessica is going to be like the main issue going forward, but it's going to be so good. Like, I don't even know if I'm going to do the American one after.
Well, don't forget the little side fights with Cyril and Martha is coming up too. Like you got main ring action and you got side ring disputes too.
But you know
it's
what
like
I
all
love?
over.
I love that they do a dinner, and I love that they do a commitment ceremony every week. And I wish the US one did that because Virginia and Paige and those men they with are driving me crazy.
Yeah.
I think the U.S. version is just so dry compared to Australia. I mean, dry.
Australia is so scandalous.
But they don't get married, right?
No.
Not
legally.
Do you think they get legally married in the United States?
Yes.
Because I've never seen anybody's marriage certificate.
They
Have
do.
you been looking for them?
I'm looking for them. I went down to the Fulton County, and I haven't seen a Page and what's his name? What's Ty Jean's name? Ty Jean's and
Williams the second. Yeah. Chris Williams the second.
Yeah, I haven't seen a marriage certificate. They
do get married, and they get paid a bonus to stay legally married for a year, and then if they don't stay legally married for a year, they don't get the bonus, but they can get divorced after the year if they want to.
Well, where are they getting married? Because why can't I find the marriage certificate? Because remember, a lot of these people are actors. Like maybe they're having, like Usman and Lisa, we're married, and it's not, legally. Because I can't find their marriage certificate. I'm gonna look again.
But whether or not it's legal, it's not down to the people. It's down to the show. So if the show says they have to get legally married, then they get legally married. If the show says they don't, they just get fake married.
The reason why they can't get married in Australia is because of the Australian law. You have to present yourself, the actual couple, 30 days prior to the ceremony. You have to present yourself in person to fill out paperwork. And that would defeat the purpose of the show because they're not supposed to know who they get in match with. So that's why they can't do that.
But then why do they even have the wedding? I guess never mind.
Well, it's still a good concept.
Right.
You know, but again, because it's not legally binding, I think there's more slackness there, and a lot of people don't take it seriously. And you get people like Sam, like Jessica, like Martha, who are here to just improve their social media presence. And then you get the strippers mixed in too.
I have one last comment. The only problem I have with this show is I don't think it's diverse enough.
Who would you like to see?
I would like to see, I mean, I have yet to see a Black person on this show.
I wonder how many, like what percentage of the population in Australia is Black?
They could find a few. They got that indigenous. They got those indigenous people.
Right, I was going to say that. Maybe the indigenous population might want to be a part of it. And actually, when I first saw Cyril, I thought she was part in, like, you know, indigenous. I was like, oh, they're bringing on an Aborigine. This is cool. And then to find out she's not. So I was a little disappointed.
No, but there are Africans that live down there in Australia.
There are. My cousins live there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe they're educated enough not to, like, do this show.
No, they have enough. It could be more diverse. Even the men, they could put an Asian man on and show him.
But this is what I was saying. Like, this particular franchise in Australia, like, it has a really bad reputation. Only former strippers and wannabe influencers go on it. Like, they don't get serious people who are looking to be a part of this so-called experiment. They have a bad reputation. So they really scraping the bottom of the barrel to get people to come on this show.
Well, guys, I will see you later. I'm still taking out my hair. Y'all, I'm almost done. I have 8 more braids.
Guys, don't forget, look for Ablavi on her YouTube channel, Ablavi M. She's going live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, and then tomorrow at 1:45 p.m. Eastern. And Pearl, welcome back.
I missed you guys.
I missed you as well. Bye, Ablavi.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, I just kept, every time I come on, you guys are like saying bye. I'm like, oh great, I missed another I missed another show. And I've been like really crazy busy this year at work.
Well, at least it's crazy busy working, and that's good, all things considered. We're gonna be changing up our schedule again. I have some conflicts coming up, but we'll keep you guys posted. And you could always catch us in the replay. You know, we're always here.
Yeah.
But we missed
what
you,
happened
Pearl.
to Joe Berg? Did we bury Joe Berg?
So we're trying to figure out how to watch it, because Hey You for some reason doesn't let Americans watch it. Even though they let you do the free trial, they don't let you actually buy the service. So we're trying to figure out where can we go, because we missed the show, because the show's hilarious.
Yeah. Anyway, well, it's lovely to see you guys.
Lovely to see you, and we hope that you catch up with us again.
I will try. Fingers
All
crossed.
right, Pearly. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye. All right, my friend Jamal. I know that was a long one, and I know you don't like the long shows, but this one was really entertaining.
This was great. So there was just so much, and then the mess upon the mess upon the mess. So this was good. This was really good.
Yes, it was. And to all the creators who came in today, thank you so much for the support. We really appreciate it. And what else? Thank you, Susan.
We hit on everything. Thanks, Susan. We hit on everything.
Yes, yeah. It was a lot in this episode. Like, these are 2 hours I don't mind watching.
It doesn't feel like 2 hours, though.
No, because there's a lot going on. Like, yeah, you do have your dud characters, but the juicy characters make up for it.
Right, even though we don't like them.
But that's why we like them, because we don't like them. Does that make sense? No. Maybe I need to start drinking. You know it's that time, right?
Right.
Okay, guys, that was our review and recap of Married at First Sight Australia season 6 episode 15 and 16. I can't wait for the next 2 episodes, and I probably will be jumping ahead because it's that good. So lovely for all of you to join us today on this very long show. Give us a thumbs up because we asked you to. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. And most importantly, tell a friend. Have more people join the conversation with us. Until next time. Bye.
One second.
Oh, wait.
So there's Teehee, before we go, Teehee said YouTube.
What?
I think it's called like to watch Joe Berg. T said like try YouTube. So we're gonna check it out, T. Thank you for letting us know.
Thank you. Miss support free speech by venue. Oh. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. And we hope you come back.
Please do.
Yeah. And hopefully pop up in a live with us. We'd love to meet you. Okay.
Right.
You ready?
Next time. Yeah,
Until
we're sorry.
next time.
Bye.
Bye.